Have you ever wondered why most children look like their parents or members of their family? This is one of the interesting questions asked by many people. The answer to this question is not far-fetched. It can be obtained by studying genetics. Genetics is a branch of science which studies heredity and genes. This may sound a little difficult to understand, so let's break it down a bit. We will explain the meaning of heredity and genes to have a better understanding of genetics. Heredity is a scientific term used to describe the inheritance or transfer of certain traits from parents to their progeny or offspring. Progeny or offspring is a scientific way of saying children. While traits are the characteristics or features like eye color that a parent transfers to its progeny or offspring. Genes, on the other hand, are substances in an organism or a living thing that are responsible for certain characteristics displayed by that organism. So, in a simple way, we can redefine genetics as the study of how an organism inherits certain characteristics from a previous generation. Examples of characteristics that can be inherited in a family include eye color, height, skin complexion, and hair color. Gregor Mendel is regarded as the father of genetics. Although he did not know about genes at the time, he did realize that there were some factors that controlled the traits or characteristics inherited by an organism. These factors were later called genes. Now, let's learn where genes are located in an organism. We have learned in a previous lesson in JS1 that the cell is the basic unit of life and that it has a nucleus, which we liken to the brain of the cell. And this is because it contains some components that hold genetic information. If we zoom really close into a cell's nucleus, we will find some rod-like bodies known as chromosomes, on which the genes are located. The genetic information that determines our traits, like how we look and the color of our skin or hair, are found encoded in our genes. And genes are composed of segments of DNA. DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. It can be likened to a compact disc in which the information that makes us who we are is stored. To conclude this lesson, let's highlight the key points. Genetics is a branch of science that studies heredity and genes. That is, the study of how an organism inherits certain traits from a previous generation. Genes are the components in a living organism that are responsible for certain characteristics displayed by that organism. Soon, we'll be learning the types of traits. I'll see you then.